What's up, travelers? It's Derek from Means to Travel, and today we have a very special travel day vlog for you because it's just me today. My lovely wife, Eliz from Means to Travel, is already in Europe. She's been in Europe for the last 2 weeks, and I am heading out to see her in Paris. But before I get to Paris, I have a 10-hour layover in London where I get to explore the city a little bit with you guys. So today I thought it'd be fun to kind of bring you guys along for the ride and see what I do in a travel day and film a travel day vlog, which is something I have never done before by myself and excited to do with you guys today. So let's go and explore what this exciting day has to offer us. All right, let's get going. One of the things that goes into travel day vlogs is all the prep work to make them work smoothly. And one of the things I forgot about was I got a new lavalier mic, but I don't have the adapter jack to make it work with my iPhone, which is what I'm filming on. So I'm here at Best Buy in order to go pick up the adapter and hopefully get you guys some better sound quality. So let's see how that turns out. Alright, so I've got the new jack so I can hopefully hook up my lavalier mic and get some better quality for y'all. Let's see if it works. But I do have my lavalier mic actually hooked up. It's under my shirt right now. Hopefully the volume is good for you all. I wanted to show you guys something that I'm super proud of because this is one of the things I was doing in order to prep for the upcoming trip because we're growing a bunch of plants at our house right now. So what I did was I set up these irrigation systems in order to water the plants while we're gone, because one of the very important things to do before any trip is make sure your plants don't die, your mail is not getting delivered to your house, and all those awesome things that you need to do before you travel. And if you're interested in all of our tips, we actually have a video on the channel that you can go check out right now, maybe after this vlog, and see what you should do before a big trip. Yeah, I like it. Seems like it's watering things. It's probably not the most efficient irrigation system that could have been set up, but you know, I'm happy with it. Okay guys, so it's about 2:10. I need to get out the door because I need to go catch a train to the airport. My flight's at 5 o'clock, so I really need to get going. But quick tip, because I almost forgot to do this myself, I have contacts. When you're flying with contacts and you're doing an overnight flight, my suggestion, fill up your contact case with solution ahead of time. Keep it on your person, keep it in your carry-on bag, whatever, so that you can easily pop out your contacts, go to sleep, and not have that dry eye issue in the morning when you wake up. So just a real quick tip, because I almost forgot to do it and I would have been kicking myself if I had been in that position. Remember guys, on the day of travel, hydration, super important, because you're gonna dry out like crazy on the flight. So especially the long flights. My first leg of this adventure is gonna be Chicago to London Heathrow. Then I have like a 10-hour layover in London Heathrow, which I'm gonna actually use to get out and explore London a little bit, so stick around. And then I have another flight to Paris, which is a much shorter flight, admittedly, but it's a lot of travel over the next 24 hours. So drink a lot of water when you're flying, especially when you have these long travel days. The last thing you want is to be dehydrated, so drink up. So I've finally left home, heading to the train now to head over to O'Hare to catch my flight, and I'll check back in with you when I finally get to the airport. So unfortunately, I only made about one stop on the subway and we're delayed with a bunch of delays. So I called an Uber and hopefully it'll be here soon so I can make it in time for my flight. We'll see. I should make it on time, guys, but we will see. So let's go. So I made it. I have about 30 minutes before my plane starts boarding, so I'm gonna get in here, get through security, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so the boarding process for my flight starts in about 20 minutes. Just made it through, got my boarding pass. Thank God I am in TSA pre-check because the lines are looking pretty long today. So hopefully I get through here quickly and efficiently. Maybe even grab a snack before I get on the plane. Again, plane food, not my favorite, but we'll see. I might be cutting a little bit too close this time. So wish me luck, and it's looking like TSA is pretty good. So let's go. So I made it through security nicely, very easy. And thank goodness, because I think my plane starts boarding in about 5 or 10 minutes. Just enough time to take a casual stroll down the Flag Alley here in Terminal 3 in Chicago's over here, International Airport. This is like my favorite spot. I love how they do it up for the different holidays. Right now it's very patriotic for the 4th of July, because that's Monday. Monday's the 4th. And yeah, during the holidays they make it really nice for Christmas and whatnot. It's really nice. A little bit of a cautionary tale. So I know I'm calling it pretty close here, getting into my flight with only a few minutes to spare before boarding starts, but I always fly with just carry-ons. Make sure if you're actually going to check bags that you're very careful about what the rules are, because if you aren't careful, you might not be able to fly because you can't check your bags and then you're stuck with luggage you can't fly with. So think about it. Always make sure you look at what's the last point at which you can actually check luggage. For domestic, it's usually 45 minutes. For international, it's something more than that. Look it up, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm traveling with carry-on only, so you know I can get there as we're boarding and it's okay. But I saw a lady with her children and you know they were having a tough time of it, so just something to think about. Okay, so I'm at the gate. We haven't started boarding yet, so I'm early. So I made it. There we go. I think we're boarding now. Let's go. Alright guys, I made it to my seat. I've got a window, so hopefully I'll have a nice little view coming into London. Let's check out what this flight has in store for us.
Shoulder belt must be worn during taxi, takeoff, and landing. And remember, seatbelt should be fastened whenever you're seated, just in case of unexpected turbulence. To get us on our way, make sure your seat is up, all electronic devices are put away, and your tray table is stowed. If you have a carry-on, push it all the way up to the seat in front of you.
Alright guys, so just got done eating and I ate it all, but not the best food. Definitely think about getting food before you get on a plane, because it's not going to be the best. You're going to have a much better experience if you eat at the airport or even before you get to the airport. I got the penne. I feel like pasta is something that they don't scrub quite as badly. The wine was tasty, still drinking that, having a great time. And you know, it's what you expect, right? Don't go in with high expectations for the plane food and you won't be disappointed. So it is what it is. I'm happy with what I had, and now it's time to probably move into the evening and maybe try to get some shut-eye. So next stop, London.
terminal. American Airlines representatives will be available to provide assistance and answer questions. As you leave the aircraft, follow the purple signs to flight connections. If your connecting flight departs from Terminal 4 or 5, you will need to take a bus from Flight Connections. There are separate buses for each terminal. On arrival to your next terminal, you will go through security check.
Personal items that you brought on the aircraft with you due to security reasons, which is step off the airplane, you're unable to reboard for any reason.
Alright, so I've cleared customs here in the UK, and now I need to figure out the Heathrow Express and also where I can check my baggage, because now I'm starting to think I might want to check it at the train station, because that would actually make it easier in case I'm in a different terminal on my next flight, which they haven't assigned that yet, which has me a little bit nervous about checking my bags here in Terminal 3 when I don't know where it's going to go. Alright, so slight change of plans. Instead of leaving my baggage here at Heathrow, I'm actually going to go to the left luggage at Paddington, which is where the Heathrow Express drops off. And that will allow me to pick it up there and then bring it to Heathrow so that no matter what terminal I come out of, because I don't know which terminal I'm flying out of to France, I can get my baggage rather than leaving it here at Terminal 3, which may or may not be the one that I ultimately fly out of. So that's good. One thing to remember when you're on trains in the UK and in London in particular, keep your ticket, because a lot of times you have to tap in and out so it knows where you came from, where you went to. I don't remember if that's the case with the Heathrow Express, but hold on to your tickets anyways, because you don't want to get to your location and realize, oh no, I needed that ticket. I've been somebody who has misplaced tickets in the past. It's just the stress you don't need in your life.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Alright, so I've made it on the Heathrow Express, which is the fastest way to get to the city from Heathrow. And to me it's worth the expense. You can get 2 tickets for about £37, and that'll get you there and back.
London Paddington. This is our final stop. To ensure your safety, please pay attention when exiting the train and mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
So, here at Paddington, time to find the place to drop off my luggage so I can go explore the city with you guys for the next couple of hours. Let's go find it. Alright, so I found where the left luggage place is, which is where you can actually drop off your luggage for up to, I think it's a few days. I think you can do it for up to like 90 days. I only need it for about 5 hours. All right, guys, success. I have my ticket. I have my luggage over there. Backpack on my back. It's time to go explore London. Let's go. Alright, one thing I will say is that the trains are pretty empty right now. My wife recently reminded me that this is not the first time I've ever seen Big Ben without its scaffolding on. Clearly I've seen it in the past without it on because I think that was only about a 5-year restoration project, but it feels like forever. And so it's just really exciting to see it finally in all of its glory, fully restored. The Elizabeth Tower with the Big Ben, which is the clock, fun to know, right there by Westminster Palace, which is where Parliament meets. So if you're in London, definitely worth coming to this part of town. It's along the Thames, it's beautiful. It should be the part of any walking tour that you do while you're in London. It's definitely something that I come back to time and time again, but I only have a limited amount of time, so we need to get going so we can hit our next spot. I've got a lot of pictures to take, I got a lot of, B-roll to film, so let's get to it. One of the joys of being in a new city or an old city that you're experiencing again is just walking around. So what I'm planning to do right now is I'm going to walk along the Thames. I'm going to take you guys along with me, and we're going to check out what the riverfront has to offer us. And along the route we'll see things like the iconic St. Paul's Cathedral. We'll also see Tower Bridge, one of the most iconic bridges in the world, along with the Tower of London. So it's about a mile, 2 miles of walking, so let's get going. If you come to London, one of the must-do things is definitely the London Eye. One of the biggest Ferris wheels in the world. It's a really great thing to do. It moves at a very sedate pace, very, very easy. One thing to note, if you are a photographer, they do not allow tripods, but they have nifty little bag checks, so it's pretty easy if you have your tripod on you to still go on. You check your tripod, collect it when you're done. It does offer some pretty outstanding views of the city. Highly recommend it. If you're looking for a free option though, that gives you great skyline views, go check out the London Sky Garden. It's free to get in. They have a bar at the top, there's a restaurant, it's great, but you do need to book in advance, so definitely make sure you get those tickets well in advance of your trip if you want to go. Right now I'm still standing on the south bank of the River Thames, and right now behind me you see St. Paul's Cathedral, which is right there, as well as the Blackfriar Bridge, which I think there's been a bridge there since like 1769, and it is known as the Blackfriars Bridge because of a Dominican priory that used to stand in this neighborhood. It's no longer there. However, the name still remains Blackfriar Bridge. There's a lot of stuff over here. So you've got the Tate Modern back there, the Oxo Tower, a lot of good stuff in this neighborhood, a lot of arts, a lot of culture, and definitely a part of the neighborhood that you want to visit when you're coming to London, because there's a lot to do and see here beyond just all the old ancient relics, beyond the Tower of London, though that might be my favorite. So definitely come see some of the newer things, the newer culture, the Tate Modern. A lot of the museums here are free. It's a phenomenal way to spend your time, especially when you have a rainy day, which we don't today, so let's keep walking. I bet I'm gonna eat these words, but I'm feeling okay from a jet lag perspective. Have decent energy, but in order to make sure, I did stop to get some coffee. So I went to Cafe Nero to get myself a little cappuccino, as well as a British favorite, a sausage roll, which is quite tasty actually. I actually really enjoyed these when Liz and I were living in the UK back in 2020. Would get these every once in a while. It's a little bit of a decadent treat for breakfast, very savory, and something to try when you're in London. So, cappuccino from Cafe Nero and a sausage roll, not a bad breakfast. Now that I am fully caffeinated and fed, it's time to continue the walk as we continue our way towards St. Paul's and eventually Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. So, let's see what we can find. So now we are crossing the Millennium Bridge here in London and heading over back to the north side of the Thames River. And on the other side of this bridge is St. Paul's Cathedral. And then we're going to walk along the northern part to try to get over to the Tower of London. And actually, we're going to stop here in the middle of the bridge and I'm going to show you the first view of Tower Bridge that we'll have seen on this trip. So let's go take a look. One thing many first-timers to London don't realize is that the city of London is actually quite small. It is only 1 square mile. And now, the London metropolis is much larger, but the city of London is a special designation for the area that was once the Roman and medieval part of the city that was settled. And you'll know that you're in it when you see markers like this that read City of London. That's just kind of like a fun fact on history, but something that I think is kind of something that you want to understand. We are now approaching the world famous London Bridge. Yes, the one that kept falling down in the songs. London Bridge is actually not that interesting of a bridge from an architectural standpoint, at least I don't think so, but it offers great views of the rest of London. So let's go take a look. All right, everyone, we're on the last stop of our trip today. During our time in London, it's been a great time, but it's way too short. Can't see everything, unfortunately. So London Bridge is our last stop because it gives us some great views of different things that you can see here. Right now you can see Tower Bridge in the background, by far the most iconic bridge here in London. There's Lego sets made of, there's everything. It's quite iconic. Come take pictures. London Bridge is actually a great place to get some good view and pictures, but if you're into photography, fun fact, on the other side is a wharf. It's called Butler's Wharf. It's very nice. It gives great views of the sunset, actually, with the Tower Bridge in the background. Great place to go take pictures. But other things here to see. Over here you have the Tower of London. Tower of London, of course, the famous castle built by William the Conqueror, the Norman invader, royal residence, jail. It's been a lot of things in its history. Henry VIII liked to keep his wives there and then chop their heads off. But, you know, a lot of history, definitely something to see. It's something that Liz and I tell everybody, if you're coming to London, you have to go to the Tower of London. There's so much history, so much interesting stuff has happened there, and it's where the crown jewels are. So if you like jewelry, go check it out. So that's gonna call it for today. I gotta hurry up and get back to the airport so I can catch my flight to Paris, so I can meet up with the one, the only means to travel, Liz Armstrong Zacharias. So let's go. Before I head back down into the tube to head to Paddington, though, I do want to make one thing clear. We've only scratched the surface with London in this little vlog video that I put together, because there's so much more to London than just the Thames and the things that you see along it. I mean, there's a lot of the greatest hits when you do that, but there's so much more. There's so many more neighborhoods, you know, checking out a lot of the open air markets, Shoreditch, you know, Brick Lane, all those great things and neighborhoods, all the rich, you know, flavor and culture that there is to see here. So definitely make sure that when you do come, you give yourself more than a 10-hour layover to explore it all, because there's so much to see and do here, including, while I'm at it, the monument. So that's the monument to the Great Fire of London. And it was designed by who else? Sir Christopher Wren. Sir Christopher Wren is basically the architect of everything in London, including St. Paul's Cathedral. So if you see a big building made out of stone that looks epic, just assume Sir Christopher Wren probably built it. You know, I'm probably grossly overstating that a little bit, but time to go. Let's get into the tube and make it back to Paddington so I can pick up my luggage and continue on my trip. So we made it to Paddington Station. Time to pick up my luggage and make it to the airport. Didn't get to do everything that I wanted to accomplish in London. For example, no fish and chips, no sticky toffee pudding, but still had a great time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed exploring London with me. And, you know, we'll be back. So, off to Paris. All right, I have my bags, and it's time to head to the airport. But fun fact real quick for those of you who might be thinking about leaving luggage, when you pick it up, there's separate lines to pick up versus drop off. I just waited in the drop off line, which was quite long, and found out I could have just come straight to the front to get my bags. So if you do this, don't wait in the line when you're coming back to pick up your bags. Just kind of go straight to the front on the left-hand side, and you can pick it up, no problem. Hey guys, we've made it to London Heathrow. If you are liking this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of our future videos to come. Thanks. Alright guys, so I just went through security here at London Heathrow, and one thing that I wanted to remind you guys about is that London Heathrow tends to be one of the bigger sticklers when it comes to their liquid rules. They will make you repackage your liquids into these like little quart-sized bags, and if it doesn't fit, they will make you toss it. So think ahead, plan, and make sure that your liquids are, you know, divvied up so that they will fit. And if you are in doubt, check a bag, because you don't want to end up going through security and then having to toss away some expensive liquids that, you know, in the US would have been able to, you know, make it through security. Now, I do have about an hour before my flight boards, so I'm going to go to the British Airways lounge and maybe check out some food. So come along with me, let's see what they got to offer. Okay, time to go catch the flight. We're about to start boarding. It's in the A15-ish range, so not too far away from the BA North Lounge that I was just in. You know, what I'll say about lounges in Europe is that in Europe they tend to be a bit more generous with who gets access to their lounges than in the US. So if you have status on an airline, check to see if that grants you access to a lounge, because it might. You know, I only have platinum status on American Airlines, and that makes me a Sapphire member on the One World Alliance, which gives me access worldwide to quite a few lounges that in the US I just wouldn't have access to. So make sure you check into that when you're flying, see if you're entitled to some lounge access, because even if the food isn't the best, it's probably better than what you're getting on a flight, and you can get some free wine, some coffee, and have a nice place to relax. So something to think about when you're traveling, but let's go catch a flight. I've made it to Paris, just got it through immigration. Now time to get the heck out of here, get to the hotel, and maybe get a nap, because I won't lie, guys, it's starting to kick my butt. I am tired. Only a couple hours last night on the flight was definitely not enough. And after the full day of exploring London, I'm ready to go take a nap, go to sleep, see my wife for the first time in weeks. It's a lot. So let's go make our way into Paris proper. The way that I am going to get to our hotel from the airport, I'm going to take the RERB, which takes me to the Gare du Nord, and from there I just hop on the metro, and I think it's a few stops. Should take me maybe 45 minutes, I think, in total to get to the hotel. And God, I can't wait, because I am exhausted. I can't wait to go to sleep. You know, it's been a long travel day, as you have all seen. So, you know, while I've loved doing this, it's been exhausting, so thanks for sticking it out with me. Let's go get to Paris. Plans have changed, because according to the sign, the RERB is not running today, so I'm gonna have to go take a bus from Terminal 2F, I guess, Gate 4. So let's go figure this out. I was not expecting that. Well, this is what happens with travel. You have to roll with the punches and keep going. So let's figure it out. So I am on a bus heading, I believe, to Paris. My lack of French is showing. I bought a ticket, got on a bus, because the trains that I was planning to take aren't running, and I don't know. Let's go get lost together. Let's see where I end up. Not quite sure where we just got dropped off, but somewhere. So I'm just following everybody, because hopefully other people are going into the center of town. If not, I guess I'll just call an Uber to come get me. I don't know, kind of lost, but you know, isn't that part of exploring a city? Getting lost. Alright, now I'm on a train that I think is going to take me where I need to be. So let's figure this out. What a way to end my day of travel. And what is feeling like a comedy of errors, I had just given up. I had ordered an Uber, and it said to be there in 2 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes. And then it said all the Uber drivers are busy in Paris, so try again later. So instead, I'm walking about 10 minutes from Gare du Nord to jump on the M2 line, which should drop me off at Blanche. I think that's what it is, ANCHE, and that should take me basically to my hotel. I think the day is almost over. It's like 9, 10 at night, and it's still nice and light out, which is crazy that the sun is still out this late in the day. But it's good because I'm not back yet. I'd much rather do this in the daylight than the dark, so almost there, guys. It's like the day that'll never end, but you know, it's coming to an end soon. Hopefully you guys have bared with this, and you know, you can see that not every travel day is easy. They can actually be very exhausting, but rewarding. So wouldn't take it back for a direct flight, and very happy that I got to experience London with you all. But God, I hope this is over soon. I'm almost there, guys. Almost there. Made it. Moulin Rouge is right there, which means I'm almost home for the next week. And I think I'm gonna meet up with Liz. We're gonna go grab a bite to eat. Maybe we'll bring you along with us. Get some nice French food tonight. And yeah, chill, take a nap, go to sleep. Hopefully I don't have jet lag tomorrow, but you know, we'll see.
What is the right word?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Holy cow, check that out. We made it.
Yay, he's here. I've been here. Derek made it.
She's been here. We are right outside the world famous Moulin Rouge, and we're about to go get some awesome French food for my first meal in Paris. But before we go, just wanted to let you guys know I really enjoyed traveling with you guys today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please also hit that red subscribe button, because we're in Paris. We're going to be filming some content, so you might want to come back and see the content that we're going to put out about France and Paris. So, I don't know.
Absolutely. I'm so glad Derek made it here. We're going to go eat some French food. Au revoir from Paris.
Bye.
Cheers. Happy travels. Bye.
Hey, guys. All right, everyone. So, all right, guys. So okay. Oh man. All right. So okay. So how about so? A lot of those. Have fun with that, Liz. All right, guys.
Hey travelers, don't forget to subscribe and let's hang out more. Here are some links to other helpful travel videos on my channel, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any new and awesome travel videos to come.